So we have an issue with a Chamberlain garage door opener that is not opening or closing properly. We have diagnosed it, being that it's the travel module that's bad, but I'm gonna use ChatGPT to see if it can help me repair it. Let's party. Okay, so let's figure out what's going on. Let's ask ChatGPT what's happening here. Why is my Chamberlain garage door opener showing me this error message? There we go. All right, so it says here, the error message on your Chamberlain garage door opener reads an error code 1. This indicates that there's an issue with the motor control of the garage opener. Here are some common steps. Troubleshooting to resolve the error. Power cycle, check connections, inspect sensors, check obstructions, manual operation, reset system, consult manual. Okay, here we go. Oh, and check this out. It's saying, here's the funny part. If these steps do not resolve the issue, you may need to contact Chamberlain customer support professional technician for further assistance. The contact information provided for the sticker from Lewis Doors. Oh, that is hilarious. That is awesome. Basically what it's saying is that it detected that sticker right there from Lewis Doors, and so the AI is telling me that you should call a professional if your Chamberlain garage door opener is not operating properly. That is so funny that ChatGPT was able to detect that. That is so hilarious. Okay, cool. I'm gonna see if it'll continue to help us. Okay, ChatGPT, how do I replace the travel module on a Chamberlain garage door opener? It's coming up with some results. So what we're gonna do now, and this is just so that way we can, you know, play with this AI chatbot. We're trying to figure out if AI can help us repair our garage door opener. You know, we'll give it the benefit of the doubt. We'll see what happens from here. Okay, so it says to replace the travel module on the Chamberlain garage door opener, you technically need to follow, notice how it says technically, it says it right there. You technically need to follow these general steps. Please note that specific models may vary, so always refer to the manufacturer's instructions for your particular model. That is so funny. All right, so first thing it says there is, number one, we want to disconnect the power. So we're gonna disconnect the power before starting any work from the garage door opener to make sure that it's unplugged, power outlet, turn off, supply power, to avoid electrical shock. So that's what we're gonna do. Here we go. And you know what, just for context, let me just go ahead and make sure I show you what it's doing. Yeah, it is not responding clearly, so we're gonna unplug the power there. Very good. And we're gonna have to take off the battery backup, which is on the other side. Okay, so there's the battery backup that we just disconnected. Okay, so the next step, it says the travel module on the Chamberlain garage door opener is usually located under the motor unit, forgive me. I can't read without my reading glasses. It's a small component that controls the travel limits of the garage door opener. Okay, this is super interesting. It's saying to locate the travel module, but how do you locate the travel module when your garage door opener is still covered? What we need to do really is we need to take off these light covers, and we need to take off the cover of the garage door opener. So that's one step that ChatGPT is not including here. Kind of got to be very careful because they snap on. Watch me break one of these right on camera. Sometimes what you need is just the right tool. So clearly you have to take your time with that because it's a piece of plastic, and I do not recommend using anything else but probably a flathead screwdriver. Okay, well the other side's coming off easily. Probably just take it off right here. Look at that. Yeah, one side was hard, the other side's easy. Come on, Chamberlain, help us out here. Now see, that's a good lesson right there because I loosened one of the screws. I didn't save it, so it fell to the ground. Now I have to spend half of my time looking for that screw because I need that screw to put this cover back on. Found the screw. Okay, so now that you have all of the screws off, you can take down the cover easily. And it does have some clips that keep it together. So you might have to separate these portions right here. They kind of slip on here. It's where the actual light covers connect into here. So, you know, just something to keep in mind. Wouldn't do that. Or in other words, I would not bend it. The point is, take the cover off. So here's the travel module right in here, and the idea is basically we need to take off this piece from under here, and that will obviously be the next step according to ChatGPT to locate the travel module. So here's the new travel module box right here. I don't know if you can see that part number, but we're going to be using this to replace this old travel module. And here's what it looks like. So I can already tell you that compared to other travel modules that I've played with that use tabs, this is going to be a little bit more intricate. This is not going to be just a simple plug and play. In fact, they've actually offered 2 different types of travel modules, which is really interesting. But hey, we're gonna go with the one that looks like this one according to ChatGPT. Okay, I gotta get my old man glasses on in order to do this because I can't see a thing. Now, ChatGPT says you'll need to carefully remove the old travel module. This may resolve in unscrewing it from the unit or disconnecting it. Any wiring harness that are attached to it, remember to take note of everything is connected so you can reassemble it correctly. Now, that's actually really good advice from ChatGPT. So we're gonna do that according to what they say. Take off the little wire harness right here. Very good, so we have that, and then we have this little E-clip that we have to take off. Okay, this is the E-clip, you'll get a new one. Okay, very interesting. So, there is a method to taking this off, and I think it's screws. Okay, so here's where I would not trust ChatGPT, and I would open the actual instruction manual. Okay, so they actually do have 2 different type of travel modules in here, and that's why we have 2 in our box, and so they show the procedures replacing both. I think we're gonna have the one that's actually a little bulkier, a little beefier. So we've identified the travel module right there. Now we have to see how to take it off. There are some screws, so it looks to be like 4 screws. All right, let's take off the screws. And remember, don't lose your screws. Not sure why something fell. Oh, that's why something fell. Check it out, check it out. So I don't know if you can see these. Wow, stuff is just falling off. See these little white pieces that I have in my hand right here? All these little pieces, well, basically it came off of this travel module. Check it out. So this is what specifically broke, and that's fascinating. I don't think I've ever seen that break on these travel modules. So now I have to find the one that looks the same. Okay, so from what I can gather, the plastic pieces that were in here that were basically a part of this have broken, and that's the reason why the travel module failed on this specific garage door opener. Now that seems to be intact in this new travel module piece. Let's go back to ChatGPT and see if they mention anything about this. No, they don't. So all they're really saying is just to remove the old travel module and install the new one. And there's not really a step-by-step on that. It's pretty vague. So I think ChatGPT needs a lot of help right here with this. Okay, nice and smooth. No reason to go all crazy, even if ChatGPT tells you to. Okay, so at this point, basically I have the new travel module on, and so it tells me on ChatGPT once the old travel module is removed, you can then install the new travel module in its place. Follow the manufacturer's instructions to correct the installation procedure. And so in my mind, I'm thinking like, okay, so if AI is supposed to be able to help us, shouldn't it give us those manufacturer instructions? I mean, it's not right now. I don't think the technology is advanced that much, but we're gonna follow, right? We're gonna attach the way everything was before. We got a wire harness on. We don't have to worry about our E-clip because our E-clip was pre-installed from the manufacturer, from LiftMaster. Looks to be nice and secured. I mean, we should be good to go. So now what's the next step according to ChatGPT? Well, it says reconnect the wiring. So if there are any wiring harnesses that are disconnected, make sure to reconnect them securely to the new travel module, and we just did that. So here I am, I'm jumping ahead, but it's good to follow these instructions. Now it says power up and test right there. After the new travel module is installed, all the connections are secure, you can plug the garage door opener back in, restore power, test the garage door opener, ensure the travel limits are set correctly, and that the door opens and closes smoothly. And before it wasn't doing that, but it is missing that step of putting the cover back on and putting the light covers also back on. So we'll do that now. Now it's always good to make sure how the cover was taken off, and this side is going to be facing that way and this clean side will be facing this way. And make sure that your antenna wire is out, that your battery wires are also out. Okay, looks like we're secure, so we can start putting our screws in. So if you notice, I didn't tighten too tight all of these screws, and I do that usually at the end because I don't want the actual cover to not be secured because it'll create like this hollow effect and the motor will buzz horribly. So now I'm going to go ahead and tighten everything. At this point, I would not put the battery back up on just yet. I would make sure that the unit is working first and setting all the travel limits, because you will power it and you don't want it to function without having its travel limits set first. So leave this for last. Okay, so now ChatGPT is telling us to go ahead and power everything. And after we power up the unit and test it, we're going to adjust the travel limits and by extension, the force settings. So here comes the moment of truth. Very good, we got power. So let's go ahead and test this. I'm going to connect the garage door to the opener to adjust the travel limit settings. And just as a point of reference, it does not mention that in ChatGPT. Uh-oh. Not a good sign. And I don't see this as a loss. It's basically a really good learning lesson. And just keep in mind that these retail garage door openers, they don't last forever. So if you're looking for a new garage door opener, consider your options, because these retail openers, they have a respectively short lifespan. This is not even 10 years old, and here we are dealing with this issue. So yeah, it's just something to think about. So, well, ChatGPT could not help me fix this garage door opener by replacing the travel module. Of course, I don't necessarily think that that's ChatGPT's fault, because this specific garage door opener has an issue with the actual motor. Now, the customer decided to replace the garage door opener, so I wanted to continue this experiment with AI, and I wanted to see if we can actually use ChatGPT to replace the motor inside this garage door opener. We're basically going to give it a second chance to see how well AI can actually help technicians out in the field. In fact, I like to reach out to the community because I find this fascinating. How many of you have utilized AI, that is ChatGPT or Google Gemini, to make repairs to your garage door opener or perhaps even to your garage door? If so, please chime down below, and I'd love to hear from my colleagues within the industry, because those are the voices that I think we're going to hear within the community, because like myself, we might be trying to utilize AI to streamline our business and to make our business or our technicians much more efficient. So if you've used, that is, if you're a dealer contractor and you've used ChatGPT or any other AI software to repair garage door openers or to repair garage doors, please, we want to hear from you, because I think that's one way that we can truly help this community. So like I said, I want to keep this experiment going. I'm going to see if ChatGPT can help me replace the DC motor inside this GDO. So let's keep this party going. Check out that video right here or any one of these videos. As always, I want to thank y'all for partying with me. Y'all stay safe.